All right, welcome everyone. Let's dive right into today's explainer. We are charting a truly incredible historical and spiritual transformation today. We're looking at the life of Bhai Lenaji and how his absolute unwavering dedication led him to become Guru Angad Dev Ji, the revered second guru of the Sikh faith. It's a story about the ultimate power of service, humility, and language, and how those elements can literally reshape an entire society. So, here is our roadmap for the journey today. We'll cover his early life and quest, the intense tests of service and humility he faced, how he attained the guruship, his massive contributions, his message for humanity, and we'll wrap up with his passing and teachings. Section 1. Early Life and Quest. Let's look at exactly who Bhai Lenaji was before that defining moment. Just to ground ourselves historically real quick, he was born in 1504 in Matai Desai, which is present-day Sri Muktsar Sahib. He eventually met Guru Nanak Dev Ji in Kartarpur, attained the guruship in 1539, and passed away in 1552 at Kador Sahib. But the real magic? That happens right in the middle of these dates. So before becoming the second guru, he was Bhai Lenaji. Born into a very pious family, his parents were Bhai Feru Malji and Mata Daya Kaurji. And what's really fascinating here is his early spiritual dedication. He was known as this hardworking, honest guy who was a deeply committed devotee of Mata Durga. He even made annual pilgrimages to Jwalamukhi. But then, everything shifted. One day, he heard the Bani, the divine words of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And those words, they acted like a magnet. It completely changed his trajectory, drawing him straight to Kartarpur to seek out the guru in person. And when they finally met, he was so captivated by the Guru's divine light that he instantly dedicated his entire life to his service. Section 2. Tests of Service and Humility. Because finding the Guru was just step 1, right? Now, Guru Nanak Dev Ji frequently tested his disciples to see who actually internalized his teachings. There's this incredibly vivid anecdote, the Muddy Pot Challenge. Imagine the scene. A pot has fallen deep into a pit of mud, and the Guru asks for someone to get it. Other followers hesitated. They looked at the mud, thought of their clean clothes, maybe thought the job was a little beneath them. Not Bhai Lenaji. He didn't hesitate for a fraction of a second. He stepped right into the muck, pulled the pot out, and cleaned it. Where others saw dirty work, he saw a beautiful opportunity to serve his guru. It was just a flawless display of ego-free obedience. And this wasn't a one-off thing either. On another occasion, the guru needed a bundle of dripping, wet, muddy grass carried. And it's recorded that he placed this bundle of wet, muddy grass right on his head without a single question. No complaining about his clothes getting ruined or worrying about his status. He proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that no task was too messy or demeaning. His ego was entirely surrendered. Section 3. Attaining the guruship. This is where all that pure, selfless service culminates into something monumental. When Guru Nanak Dev Ji officially passed on the spiritual succession on September 7th, 1539, he didn't just hand over a title. He gave him a completely new identity. He named him Angad, and that word literally translates to part of the body or limb. It's incredibly profound when you think about it. The Guru was basically saying, you are a literal part of my own self. We are deeply connected as one. And with that, their spiritual essence completely merged, marking his official succession as the second Sikh Guru. Section 4. Great services and contributions. Now that the spiritual foundation is set, let's see how he built up the community. He didn't just preach, he built real, lasting institutions. There were 5 major pillars here. He popularized the Gurmukhi script, spread education by opening schools, strengthened the community kitchens known as langar, promoted physical fitness with wrestling arenas called mal akharas, and relentlessly demanded truthful living. Together, these initiatives completely transformed society. He was institutionalizing equality, standardizing language, and making sure education and physical health were absolute priorities. And I really want to pause on that first pillar for a second because it was an absolute game changer, the formalization of Gurmukhi. Back then, spiritual texts were written in really complex scripts that only the elite or highly educated scholars could decipher. Guru Angad Dev Ji broke that wide open. He formalized and popularized the Gurmukhi script, specifically so that every single common person could read the Guru's Bani for themselves. He actively democratized knowledge. The exact same script used to read and write Punjabi right now all over the world, he championed that, so spiritual wisdom wouldn't just belong to a privileged few. But this whole movement was also very much a family affair, which really highlights how vital women were in cementing the community's future.
His wife, Mata Kaviji, took the tradition of Langar, the free community kitchen, to incredible heights. She made sure that people of every religion, caste, and class sat in one single line to eat together. That was actively dismantling societal hierarchies. Meanwhile, his daughter, Bibi Amaroji, was so spiritually devoted that her sweet recitation of Gurbani profoundly inspired a man named Bhai Amar Das Ji, making him seek out Guru Angad Dev Ji. And spoiler alert, that man eventually becomes the third Sikh guru. So women were absolutely central to both the structural and spiritual growth here.
Section 5. Message for Humanity. Beyond the institutions, let's look at his universal push for equality. Think about the time period for a second. Society was deeply, deeply fractured by social hierarchies, but Guru Angad Dev Ji championed radical equality. He completely rejected the caste system. He rejected untouchability. He called out empty superstitions. Instead, he taught that every single human being, no matter their background, is an equal child of one God. He made it clear that true happiness comes from staying humble and serving others, and he constantly warned that human ego is our absolute greatest enemy.
Section 6. Passing and Teachings. Let's look at his enduring legacy and how he secured the future.
Just like his own succession, he made sure the transition to the next guru was absolutely flawless. On March 29, 1552, at Khadr Sai, he officially passed the spiritual authority to Guru Amar Das Ji. By doing this peacefully before he passed away, he ensured the Sikh community would just continue to thrive and grow without skipping a beat, under tested and humble leadership. So, if we were to boil down his vast wisdom into a blueprint for life, it looks something like this. Spiritually, chant God's name and ditch the ego for true humility. Socially, treat everyone with love and equality, share with those in need, and serve others. And on a personal level, speak the truth, earn an honest living, value education, and keep your body and mind fiercely healthy. Honestly, if you follow this path, it's basically a guaranteed checklist for a profoundly meaningful life.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a thought. We live in a world that is constantly telling us to promote ourselves, put ourselves first, and feed our egos. But Guru Angad Dev Ji showed us that true greatness and real connection come from the exact opposite, from being willing to step into the mud to serve others without a single question. So in today's highly ego-driven times, how can we actually adopt his profound humility into our own daily lives? Think about how you might apply a piece of that incredible legacy to your world today. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this journey through his life has inspired you as much as it has inspired me.